lots of people have their opinion, and I know that you saw where our buddy Hurricane from WWE, the real life Shane Helms, he quote tweeted it and said, "Embarrassing," talking about the worked shoot program. Vince Russo jumped on and replied to that tweet and said, "Embarrassing for starters. It was a work that Hulk was in on. For finishers, have you watched the product of the company you work for lately?"
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Hurricane replied, "Being a work or shoot isn't the point. Either way, it sucked ass. It sucked then and still sucks in retrospect. And yeah, I watch my company along with the huge crowds that are having a great time. Have a good day." So everybody's got their opinion about this, and I wanted to know what you thought of Hurricane chiming in saying embarrassing.
Well, oh well. It's interesting how folks will, now we're here 25 years later, and look, the creative control issue and all the fallout and everything that went with it, and there's so many different sides of the story. And what Russo brought up, hey man, Hulk was a part of it. Well, then when wasn't he a part of it? I mean, look, we don't need to rehash it. We've done a podcast that still gets a boatload of downloads. God bless the folks. I'm glad they're engaged on it. But kind of the fact of the matter is, over the last however many years, I mean, everything is subjective, down to Bash at the Beach, down to the finger poke of doom, down to, I mean, you could, whether it's WCW, we just brought up that entire episode, and there's many of those, and all the WWE programming and everything went with it. But for whatever reason, that night, I think is the best way, had a documentary on it. People are still talking about it. Boy, oh boy, if our business is to create and connect emotionally with fans, good or bad, and I truly believe this, I would say there's a lot of other things out there that sucked, and for somebody to say embarrassing, Shane, there's quite a few things out there that I think that he was involved in that would go much higher on the level of embarrassing. Maybe wasn't anybody's cup of tea. Maybe it was a cesspool of he said, she said, and we all know it was a chess play by multiple players. I was the pawn in it in so many ways, but it's funny how a guy will drop in embarrassing and forget.
Wait! You took that personally? Hurricane calling that embarrassing?
No, I think it's funny.
Yeah, I think that's funny. I'm like, don't get hot, God damn it! He's fucking around. Like,
I think it's funny that to this day people still respond on it.
Yes. Now that I do agree, because it was so long ago. But listen, it still gets people fired up, and it is interesting with all the silliness. I'm glad we're talking about this, because I've got some friends in my life who are hardcore WWE fans, and they just don't like anything AEW does. They've just decided they're the enemy, and I don't like them. And hey, Lord bless them. Whatever.
I mean, I think Shane's come in as a part of tribalism in a way.
But he worked for the company.
Oh, you saying WCW? I got you.
He worked for WCW, so I don't think that's tribalistic, what Shane was saying. But let's move on for a minute. I wanted to ask you about this because some of my WWE friends, they don't work for WWE. They love their product. They will sometimes be very, very critical of the use of Big Boom AJ and Big Justice and the Rizzler.
Okay.
Now, that being said, and listen, I hear you. I know that I was in the crowd when they started making their way down the ramp, and I heard a lot of that crowd boo the fire out of them. But I also saw, as soon as they showed the Rizzler, the place erupted.
Yes.
So this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be entertaining. I, for one, am all about some Big Boom AJ and Big Justice, and I would challenge you, if you've decided you don't like those people, how about you meet them in real life first? What a wonderful family. What great people. I'm a big fan.
Oh, it's fun.
They're exposing the product to a new audience. And I think it's interesting that now we've become this level of tribalism has now crossed over into who are the mainstream crossovers. And so we've got the Costco guys on the AEW show, and WWE fans are like, this is a joke. And now they're about to present Jelly Roll in a tag match at SummerSlam.
Yes.
And I, for one, think both opportunities are huge. I have to admit, I don't even have TikTok, so they were not on my radar. But once I started seeing anything they posted went more viral than anyone else in wrestling, I understood the value in the Costco guys. I have to admit, even though he doesn't live very far from me, I don't have a single Jelly Roll song on my phone. But I understand that the dude's sold out everywhere he goes, and he's just printing money. He's one of the biggest acts in music today. I totally get that.
Good old Nashville boy.
I see the value of having Jelly Roll there. But the idea that fans are upset that either exists, to me, is a real head scratcher.
But it kind of goes back to whether we're talking about Bash at the Beach or Shane or Rizzler or Jelly Roll or any of, I mean, I'm going back to my Orlando Sentinel article. Shit, I love it. Please comment on it. It's the engagement on it. That's, yeah, I don't know. Is there some, and I have not doubted, is there pushback on Jelly Roll? Because, wow, even the most tribalistic of all tribalistic, he's the hottest. I know there's probably a few acts up at that level, but not many. I mean, not many are at Jelly Roll's level as it sits today. He is red hot. He's going to bring nothing but eyeballs. I am surprised how quickly they got him into a tag match. Aren't you? Like, boom, boom, boom. SmackDown, boom.
He's been working on it for a while. They had to wait until they came to Nashville.
Oh, I get that. I know. I get that. But it's like, how far is the event out? 3 weeks? Something like that?
Yeah. It's, end of the month.
Yeah. Good for them.
But I am curious, like, I'm asking you not now as a wrestling fan, but as a we'll call it, at least for now, temporarily, former wrestling promoter. If any wrestling promoter in history was approached by an act who had the following and sales that Jelly Roll had. So at any point in history, I'm not saying Jelly Roll in particular, but I'm saying any act. If that performer contacted the promoter and expressed interest in doing a match, at any point in wrestling history, would a promoter have said no? Here's what I'm getting at. When the opportunity presented itself for Mr. T, an actor, to wrestle, Vince put him in the main event of WrestleMania when he had leveraged everything he had or ever would have. He went all in, and Mr. T was in the main event. Cyndi Lauper was also a big part of that opportunity in that presentation. I'm just saying, throughout history, people have made fun of these sort of integrations, especially when it comes to like an Eric Bischoff and his use of Jay Leno. But the reality is, he was doing whatever it took to court attention. Like, I can't imagine at any point in history, and listen, I'm a huge Jim Cornette fan, love him to death. I haven't heard his take on Jelly Roll, but I'm sure he's got one, and I bet it's not very favorable. But I would be willing to say that if a star the size of Jelly Roll, and that's not a fat joke as a fellow fat guy, I just mean the following that he has. If that person would have expressed interest in doing something with Smoky Mountain Wrestling, their ass is getting booked, right, Jeff?
Oh shit! Are you kidding? Hell yes. No, okay. You call it you called it X, but I'm promoting other things, just not professional wrestling today. No, Conrad, like it never even really. I mean, I've been bashed at TNA about the NASCAR crossover or what was it? The Survivor crossover. I think Dixie jumped her skis because Jenna was not Marasco or whatever. Her in-ring ability was never going to be there. So maybe do it a different way. But like all the crossover stuff that I've ever done, I never gave it a second thought because the wrestling fans will criticize I'm saying the hardcore wrestling fans, they want wrestling. And so they're going to criticize anything that's not collar and elbow lockup. But I love that about them. It's not like that. Oh, I hate that you think that way. I'm not trying to sit here and change what you're thinking. But what I do want to let you know is that I want to bring new people to the product, like without question, new people to the product. Any possible way, you know, oh gosh, because you were telling a story in this. Oh, Tales of the Territory. That series of shows. I truly believe this because I've had folks come up to me, airports, different things. Hey man, I watch your Tales of the Territory, and you know, I hadn't watched wrestling since I was a kid, but man, and literally the guy's 30 or 40, 50 years old. I hadn't seen it. And like he said, hey, I've kind of started watching you on AEW. I'm like, so and Dark Side and Tales of the Territory or Doc, whatever it is, or negative publicity, Jelly Roll, Rizzler, whoever it may be, it's always going to be highly criticized. But man, as long as folks are talking about it, Conrad, and I know that sometimes comment gets met with a lightning rod. No, Jeff, but they're talking bad. Okay, that's the ones you're hearing. Don't act like that's everyone. It opens the door. I believe that firmly.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment, and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105. Or get yourself a quick quote, even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.